Hey, friends. I am just delighted that we get to partner together in ministry for God's glory. And I'm thankful that you are part of Hope Community Church. And as most of you know, that when I felt called to plant a church in Wildwood, the defining moment was Barb and I were driving through this community. And as we are going through, I saw these kids on bicycles, and I looked over and I said, what's going to be their story? What's going to be their story when they grow up? Is it going to be one of hope? Is it going to be one of despair? And at that same time, I got this sense that God was asking me, what are you going to do? And my response is, I'm going to plant a church in Wildwood, Florida. And that vision is still true today. I believe God is calling me, God is calling us together to make disciples in Wildwood and the surrounding community. And as you are well aware, we've had this coronavirus breakout that has really shut a lot of things down. And as you may also know from church history, that the church thrives in the midst of difficult circumstances. The church thrives through persecution, through trials, and I believe that we're going to thrive through that. One of the things that we need to think through is, how do we continue to share the gospel? How do we continue to make disciples? And one of the resources that I've looked at lately that I think is going to help us with that, I'm going to share here with a moment. And the reason why you're probably watching this is you're either a subscriber to our YouTube, or I've sent you this email. But I want you to look at this resource. I'm going to pull it up here on my screen. And this resource here, I'll send you the link. It's blesseveryhome.com. And I signed up for it, and you can see on this dashboard right here, I have this 45. That's a number of houses in my community that I've adopted. And they send me out an email each day. Today, I prayed for 5 of those households. There's a connection to our church here, and there's activities that you and I can do. So this is the dashboard. If you'll look over here, there's a map. This shows you where I'm located in the community. Here's these ones in the red. These are neighbors that I prayed for by name today. There's a list of all my neighbors. I'm not going to click on that one, just so all my neighbors don't have their names and addresses printed out. I think this is another map that kind of shows the coverage area of where I'm at. And when you sign in, you plug in your address, you're going to get the same thing. But here's what I want to do with our people. I would love to have every person in our church sign up, and they begin to pray for their neighbors, and even care for them, and eventually share the gospel with them. But there's this train and grow right here. There's a ton of resources. Like, every one of us can get 100 DVDs of the Jesus film. There's all these articles here, great articles. There's some books that you can get, printables, and pretty much anything on here is free other than these books. But here's where I really want to focus in on. You see there's looks like eight different lessons here, 9 if you count this one. What I would like to do is, starting this Sunday, kick off some groups that meet at different times. And so like week 1, you go through intimacy in the Word of God. And I click on that. There's a little bit of reading there, not much at all. A 10-minute video, and then there's some questions about scriptures and how these scriptures apply to your life. Um, and then here there's an assignment. So the assignment week 1 is to read the Bible for 30 minutes. And then when you connect on Zoom later that week, your group would discuss what you read, what's going on. You could even challenge each other with how's it going? Are you praying for your neighbors? Um, so I think this would be an incredible resource, because through all of this, you and I need to be in prayer. You and I need to be in the Word. You and I need to be making disciples. And I think this is an awesome tool. Um, here it's talking about this is an awesome tool to make disciples and to stay connected. You got the Word, you've got prayer, praying for your neighbors, meeting your neighbors. That might be tricky in this time, but let's think outside the box. The other day we were out grilling in the backyard, and there are about 6 or 8 neighbors in their backyards grilling. And so we got to meet some of our neighbors. We didn't go over, shake their hands or anything like that, but we're meeting our neighbors, serving neighbors. There's one about spiritual gifts, sharing the gospel. I think these are going to be great trainings. I think this would be an awesome tool for us in the next 8 weeks. I'll launch them this week, and we'll be prepared to launch some more after Easter. Again, I am blessed and I'm honored to serve with you guys. I'd like you to consider being a host to one of these groups, leading a group, help make disciples and help connect with the church. Love you guys.